This video is going to take you through the basics of Visio. This tutorial is designed to make students comfortable with the basics of Visio and be more productive at it. Visio is a varied diagram, chart, and design package. Visio is much maligned, but it is super for what it is designed for, and flowcharts are exactly what it is designed for. In short, you drag and drop shapes where you want them, join them together with connectors, and they stay attached no matter how you rearrange them. You can do this effectively in PowerPoint, Excel, or Photoshop or Illustrator. You can do this in Visio and can end up with some very nicely presented documents depending on the shapes you use. You've got to invest a little time learning Visio and user interface quirks and sorting out your templates. If you want to gain a competitive advantage at doing this, it is worth the effort. In order to get started, you need to be familiar with Visio language. The first one is drag and drop. Drag and drop is a method used to create drawings on a drawing page. It is a technique to pull shapes from the left-hand side toolbar or stencil and release it onto the drawing board. So once again, you simply click on any shape which you would like to use, simply drag it to the drawing board and release it. This is how you can start a drawing. You simply need to drag and release the drawing onto the drawing board. The next terminology is shape. Shape is an object, and collection of shapes are used to create diagram, and it is probably the most important element in Visio. Visio consists of thousands of shapes, such as a piece of office furniture in an office layout diagram, or document shape in basic flowchart. Stencil is the next terminology. It is a tool used by Visio to organize shapes such that searching for shapes can be easier and quicker. Stencils are displayed in the Shapes pane on the left-hand side of the screen so that shapes are always available while you're working. It is essentially a collection of related shapes. If you want to create a cubicle layout diagram for your office, for example, you can use the cubicle stencils, which includes shapes such as workstation, posts, and panels. So you simply go ahead and click on More Shapes, and under that you can click on Maps and Floor Plans, and under that you can click on Building Plan and select any option you want. I have clicked on Cubicles, and once I click on that, I can go ahead and drag Council Workstation onto the drawing board, and let's say Panel Posts, as well as Panels, to create an office work layout. Now we're going to take a look at connectors. Connector, in short, is a line automatically connecting two shapes. For instance, a flowchart begins with start shape and is followed by other shapes connected via connectors. So, for example, I want a decision box in this case. So I'm simply going to roll over this triangle and go to this decision box, and the decision box has appeared on the drawing board. And let's say now I want a process box, so I'm going to have a process box. So I'm simply going to roll over this triangle and click on the process box. Now let's say I want a document box, but that has not appeared in these top four shapes. So what I'm going to do is, from the stencils, I'm going to drag this document box and place it instead of start and end, which means I can place it on the fourth position, third position, second, or the first. So what is important to note here is that under stencils, the order of the objects is very crucial, because that is what is going to appear once you roll over the blue triangle. So now you can see that once I roll over the blue triangle, I have the document shape available. So I'm simply going to click on that. let's say I want the data object to appear instead of sub-process in top 4 shapes. So I'm simply going to replace it with the sub-process. And I want the decision box to appear last. So when I roll over, these are my top 4 objects, and I can select from any 4 of them. I have selected data object. So once again, these are the arrows through which shapes are connected, and the order of these objects in a stencil is crucial because that is what decides what is going to appear when you roll over the blue triangle. An important tip to remember is that in case you already have 2 existing shapes on the drawing board and you would like to simply connect them, then click on the preceding shape and just roll over the blue triangle until the connector appears, and just simply click on the blue triangle. Automatically the connector would appear. If you would like to place any text on the connector, you can just simply double click on the connector and you can type in the text that you want. Say I can just type in testing, and here it is. I'm sure by now you're comfortable with the basics of Visio. Hope this was useful.
This video was brought to you by CXO Learning Academy, a premier learning initiative by CXO Math. For any queries, you can email us at learning@cxomap.com. Thank you.